This is a story told by a man named Kang, a tale of something terrifying that he and his friends encountered one night in Chonburi, Thailand. He shared this story with us as something real, something that, even years later, none of them could ever forget. It began years ago at a now defunct snooker hall in Chonburi. Back then, Kang was a teenager, around 17, and like most teens in that coastal town, he and his friends, about 10 in all, would gather at night to play snooker and hang out. They'd usually use the common tables on the second floor, but that night the place was crowded. Every table downstairs was occupied. So someone in the group suggested, why not ask for the VIP room upstairs? When they brought it up to the staff, something odd happened. Every employee seemed to glance at one another, not speaking, just a brief, loaded look passed between them. But eventually they nodded and said there was only one VIP room available, on the third floor. The snooker hall had 3 levels. A restaurant occupied the ground floor, the second floor held the regular snooker tables, and the third, secluded, quiet, was the VIP floor. When Kang and his group climbed up, the silence was immediately noticeable. No other customers, just them. 2 unused snooker tables stood out in the open area. One small drink bar sat quietly at the back, but the rest of the space was still and empty, as though time had stopped. A private room was waiting for them, and they were alone. 2 young ball boys, or markers, followed them up with the equipment. One of them asked if Kang had ever been to the 3rd floor before. Kang said no. He'd played here for years, but never up this high. Again, the 2 boys exchanged glances. Without another word, they quickly set the gear down, muttered something odd. "If you need anything, call us. It's busy downstairs." And then hurried back down the stairs. The group didn't think much of it at the time. Inside the room, the night began as any other. Friendly banter, music playing, balls clacking on green felt. One of the girls had brought her small white dog, likely a Spitz. The pup was running around the room as the group played and laughed. Then Kang got a phone call from another friend asking where they were. He told them to come up to the 3rd floor, the only VIP room up there. Kang waited by the door for them. It was a wooden door with glass panes, so you could see outside. That's when he noticed someone pass by the TV left running in the open space outside. It was just a glimpse, a white shirt, black trousers. It looked like one of the ball boys. He opened the door, planning to call him over, but no one was there. Strange, he thought. Maybe it was a reflection, a trick of the light. He went back inside, slightly unsettled. Soon after, 2 more friends arrived, including a guy named Aud. They stood by the same door, chatting. Then, suddenly, they both went quiet. They saw someone standing on the other side of the glass, but they couldn't see the person's face, just the torso. It was like the upper body ended in a void where a head should be. Aud, not easily spooked, assumed it was another friend trying to prank them. He joked, "Hey, it's Corn, let's lock him out." But Kang, still rattled from his own sighting, stopped them. "No, don't mess around, just open the door." They opened it. The figure didn't move. It just stood there, silent. Then Aud shouted, stunned, "Dude, it doesn't have a head!" He grabbed a cue stick and yanked the door open. Kang and two others rushed out behind him. But there was no one in the hallway. Nothing. No sound. Everyone confirmed what they saw. A headless man wearing a white t-shirt, standing perfectly still. But he was gone. Back inside, Aud still insisted someone was playing tricks. Kang tried to calm him down. Aud shook his head. "No, man, that was real. It didn't have a head." He swore angrily, "If it shows up again, I'll catch it and sink it in the Bang Pakong River." Suddenly, the door shook violently. Bang! 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 Everyone froze. The sound was coming from that same door, the same spot. They screamed. The girls huddled together in a corner opposite the door. No one dared move. Then silence. The figure vanished again. This time, even those who hadn't seen it before were screaming. They had seen it now, all of them. Kang stood up and shouted, trying to take control. "If anything happens, don't run, stay still, or the lights will go out." And just as he said that, the lights did go out. Pitch darkness. He explained later that spirits, when strong, can respond to spoken words. The screams echoed in the blackness. "Don't run," he kept repeating. One girl, named Took, was sitting on the floor with her little dog. She began to sob and tried to run. Kang reached out and grabbed her arm, trying to calm her. "I'm scared," she cried. "It's right beside me." The lights came back. Everyone remained frozen. Took looked pale, shaken. Then she spoke. "It whispered in my ear. It said, 'Having fun? Having fun?'" That was the breaking point. The group huddled close together, trembling. They decided to leave. Aud, now acting as the leader, led the way. Kang stayed at the rear. As they reached the exit, the figure appeared one last time, still blocking the door. Aud snapped. "That's it! I'm done with this crap!" He yanked at the door, trying to swing it open, but it wouldn't budge. No matter how hard he pulled, it stayed locked. The girls screamed again. Kang tried to hold everyone together. He wasn't a believer in ghosts. He was an engineer by profession, rational to the core. But in that moment, he did the only thing he could think of. He silently apologized to the spirit. "I'm sorry, I didn't know you were still here." He thought about the last time he saw that figure, 10 years ago, same spot. He whispered again, this time more respectfully. Immediately, the figure vanished. He turned the knob again. The door opened easily. They moved as a single body down the stairs. Kang repeated his warning, "Don't run, someone could fall." Even though no one said it, everyone could feel something following close behind. When they reached the steps between the third and second floors, an emergency exit sign secured to the wall fell right in front of them, crashing loudly. Another scream. Kang kept everyone calm. Finally, they reached the second floor, where other customers were still playing. As soon as the group entered, the crowd turned toward them. Someone said, "You saw it, didn't you?" Kang asked, "Saw what?" The reply, "That third floor? No one goes up there. Not anymore. We all had our turn years ago." The horror had always been there, waiting. Later, at a nearby milk cafe, the group sat, shaken. Odd, once the proud skeptic, whispered, "I didn't believe in ghosts, but that wasn't fake. That was real." Some girls cried. No one wanted to go home. They stayed together on the beach until sunrise. It was only after that Kang told them the truth about the snooker hall. Years ago, a teenage ball boy from Fanthong District had been accidentally shot during a fight between customers right outside the very VIP room they were in. That was the figure they'd all seen. Kang had seen him before, long ago, but never imagined he still haunted that place. Back then, even if the whole building was packed, no one ever went to the third floor. Once, after closing time, Kang had peeked through the curtain and seen someone walking on the balcony, a young man in Marker's uniform. When he asked the owner about it, the man just stared at him and said, "Who?" Aud later investigated on his own, asking around. He confirmed the story. The ball boy was real. The shooting was real. And after that night, so was their belief.